When you need an apartment, where do you look for one?
Our school has a link on its website for apartments.
Can I share an apartment with someone?
Some of the ads in the paper are from people looking for roommates.
Are apartments expensive in this city?
Do you need a single apartment, or is this for 2 people?
I want a 2-bedroom apartment.
You can get that type of apartment for around $1,500 a month.
Would you have time to go look at apartments with me?
I love apartment hunting. I'll be happy to go with you.
Can you tell me the best way to look for an apartment?
The local newspaper has ads for housing.
Is there any way to find a roommate to share an apartment with?
Sometimes you can post an advertisement saying that you need a roommate.
What do landlords charge for rent?
Would you like an apartment for just yourself, or do you need it for 2 people?
There are 2 of us, but we only need a 1-bedroom apartment.
You should be able to easily find that for $1,200 a month.
I really would appreciate it if you could come look at the apartments with me.
Sure, I'll go look at apartments with you anytime you want.
I heard that you're looking for an apartment.
Yes. Who told you that?
A friend of ours told me.
Why are you asking?
I was asking because I found an apartment.
Why are you telling me this?
I was wondering if you wanted to sublease with me.
I sure would.
Since we're subleasing, we can each pay half of the rent.
How much is the rent each month?
It's $1,000 a month.
That's wonderful. Are you still looking for an apartment?
Who said I was?
One of our friends let me know.
Why'd you want to know?
I found an apartment for lease.
So what?
I wanted to know if you would sublease the apartment with me.
That would be great.
That's great, because this way we can go halves on the rent.
What's rent?
It's $1,000 a month, but it'll only cost us $500 a month each.
I like the sound of that.
Is it true that you're looking for an apartment? I am. How do you know? I heard it from one of our friends. Well then, why do you ask if I'm looking for an apartment? I was thinking about leasing this apartment. What does this have to do with me? Would you like to sublease the apartment with me? I would love to. This way, we'll each have to pay only half of the rent. How much is the rent? For each of us, it's $500 every month. Sounds good to me.
Hi, I'm calling about your ad.
Oh, which ad are you calling about?
The ad for a new roommate.
Are you interested in being my new roommate?
Yes, I'm interested.
I would love to meet you, if that's at all possible.
That's fine. Where would you like to meet?
I would like you to meet me at Starbucks at 5:30.
I can meet you then.
We'll talk about the roommate situation then.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Hey, I was wondering about the ad you have.
What ad are you referring to?
I'm calling about the ad for a new roommate.
Oh, yes. Were you interested in being a roommate of mine?
I actually would like to be your new roommate.
That's great. Would you like to meet me sometime today?
Tell me where. I'll be there.
Let's meet at Starbucks at
Starbucks?
5:30.
5:30? We'll be fine.
I'll fill you in on all the details when we get there.
All right, that sounds great.
I'll see you at Starbucks.
I found an apartment to rent. Where did you find this apartment? I found it in today's apartment ads. Really? I can't believe you actually found an apartment in the ads. I actually found it in the ads, and it's not too expensive either. I want to hear more about this apartment. All you really need to know is that the apartment looks great. How much will you have to pay for rent? Every month, I'd only have to pay $725. For where we live, that is really inexpensive. It is, isn't it? I'm glad to hear that you finally found an apartment.
I think I may rent out this apartment that I found.
Oh, really? Where'd you find it?
I was looking through the ads today, and I found it in there.
In the ads? Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's affordable, too.
I'd like to hear about this apartment.
First of all, it's absolutely gorgeous.
What is the rent each month?
It's only $725 a month.
That's amazing. The rent is very cheap.
I know it is.
It's a good thing that you read that ad today.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
What can I help you with?
Could I ask you a few questions about the apartment?
Ask whatever you'd like.
I want to know if the location of the apartment is nice.
I honestly believe that you will love the location.
What kinds of places are around the apartment?
Surrounding the apartment are great places to eat and stores to shop at.
Oh, really?
I'm sure that the location will be to your liking.
I hope that you're right.
How is everything with you today?
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
Can I help you with something?
I actually have a few questions about the apartment.
What questions do you have?
Is this apartment in a nice location?
It is in a great location.
Are there any stores near the apartment?
You will find many stores and restaurants near the apartment.
Really?
I guarantee that the apartment is in a beautiful location.
That sounds wonderful.
I wanted to ask you a few questions.
What about?
They are pertaining to the neighborhood that the apartment is in.
Sure. What would you like to know?
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
In all honesty, the neighborhood could be a little nicer.
What do you mean by that?
The neighborhood streets are a little dirty.
Is there anything else wrong with the neighborhood?
That's just about it.
Well, hopefully the cleanliness problem will get better.
I hope so too. I have a few questions for you.
What are your questions about?
They're questions about the neighborhood.
What are your questions?
If you don't mind, would you tell me something about the neighborhood?
I think the neighborhood could be better.
What problems does the neighborhood have?
A lot of the streets are rather unclean.
What else is wrong with it?
Nothing else that I can think of.
Maybe in time they will clean up the streets.
Maybe they will.
May I ask you a couple of questions?
What are these questions pertaining to?
Just a few questions about the neighborhood.
Okay, ask away.
Tell me about the neighborhood.
The neighborhood does have its problems.
How is that?
What I mean is that the streets aren't all that clean.
Are there any other problems?
Other than it not being so clean, it's actually a nice neighborhood.
I'm sure that the problem will eventually be fixed.
I hope that you're right. This apartment is everything that I'm looking for.
Thank you. Is there any other information that you need?
Could you tell me a little about safety features?
Yes, we have thought of safety. What specifically are you interested in?
Are your fire alarms up to code?
In case of a fire, we have a whole building sprinkler system. In addition, every apartment has its own alarm system.
Do you have fire extinguishers available?
Yes, there are fire extinguishers outside your door. You might want to buy a personal one for your kitchen.
Are the escape routes clearly posted somewhere?
There are fire exit signs in the hallway. What a great apartment!
Thanks. Can I answer any questions for you at this point?
Have you put any safety features into this building?
Yes, your safety is of concern to us. What specifically were you interested in?
Can you talk about fire safety?
We have a global sprinkler system for the building and individual alarms for each apartment.
Are there fire extinguishers anywhere?
There are fire extinguishers in the hallways. If I were you, I would buy a personal one for the kitchen.
Oh, how do I exit the building in case of a fire?
There's a card that has escape routes posted on the inside of your front door.
I was wondering about the apartment.
I'd be happy to help.
Could you give me details about the apartment?
What is it that you would like to know?
Actually, it's the floor plan that I am inquiring about.
If you would like to, you can see it for yourself.
I am very busy and don't know when I can view the apartment.
If you would like, you can view it online.
I can do that?
If you would like the website, I can give it to you.
That would be more convenient than having to go all the way down there.
Convenience is the reason that we made the website.
Could you help me with a question that I have about this apartment?
What can I help you with?
I would like to know about the apartment.
What exactly did you want to know?
I was wondering about the floor plan.
You could always take a look at the floor plan.
I won't be able to come down to see it anytime soon.
Well, if you're too busy, then why don't you just look at it online?
That's actually possible?
Yes. I'll just give you the website so you can see for yourself.
I absolutely love how convenient that is.
That's the exact reason why we thought of it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
How can I help you?
I would really like to find an apartment for rent.
That shouldn't be a problem.
That would be great.
Tell me what kind of apartment that you are looking for.
I really need a 2-bedroom.
Anything else?
That's all I really need.
I will try to find something for you, and then I'll give you a call in a couple of days.
That would be fabulous.
How is everything with you?
Everything's fine with me.
What did you need me for today?
I need to find an apartment.
I'm sure I can help you find an apartment.
I would greatly appreciate your help.
What kind of apartment did you have in mind?
What's most important is that I get a 2-bedroom.
Would you like anything else special?
That's the most important thing.
Give me a few days. I'll call you when I found something.
Thank you so much for all of your help.
Good morning. Is this the renter's hotline?
Yes, what can I help you with?
I have a question about discrimination in housing.
What type of discrimination?
I think that he doesn't want to rent to me because of my race.
What made you think that your race was a problem?
He seemed okay talking to me on the phone, but seemed to change his mind when he saw me in person.
What else made you feel he was discriminating against you?
Well, he had a 25-unit apartment building, and everyone I saw there was his same race.
Racial discrimination is very hard to prove, but if you would like to come down, we can go over a checklist that can help you build a case. Hi, I would like to speak with someone in the housing department.
You have reached the right area. Can I help you with something?
I think that I may have experienced discrimination in trying to rent an apartment.
Can you be specific as to what type of discrimination?
I felt that he didn't like me because I wasn't the same race that he was.
How come you feel it was race that was the issue?
When I showed up on his doorstep, he seemed bothered by my appearance.
Is there anything else that made you feel he was using race as a factor in who he rented to?
As I walked through the apartment building, all I saw were people who were the same race as the manager.
It is not easy to prove racial discrimination, but please go to our website, which can help you file a formal complaint. Is this the legal advice line?
You are in the right department. What can I do for you?
I think that the landlord where I am trying to rent an apartment may be discriminating against me.
Discrimination is a pretty broad term. What type specifically?
Oh, I have a feeling that he will not consider my application because of my race.
Are you sure that race was the issue? What makes you feel this way?
When he saw me in person, he seemed bothered by me, although I seemed to be under consideration when I emailed him.
Do you have any proof that he would not rent to you because of your race?
I didn't see one person in that whole building who wasn't the same race as the manager.
It is difficult to prove racial discrimination, but you may file a formal complaint in our office.
How are you doing?
Everything's fine with me.
What can I do for you today?
Is it possible for me to view the apartment today?
Unfortunately, you will not be able to view it today.
Why can't I view it today?
You'll need to make an appointment to view the apartment.
I understand. May I make an appointment then?
How does this Friday sound?
Friday at 6 p.m. would be perfect.
That will be fine.
Thanks for your help. How's it going?
I'm fine, thank you.
Did you need help with something?
If I could, I would like to view the apartment sometime today.
That won't be possible today.
Why is that?
You can only view the apartment with an appointment.
I would like to make one right now if I can.
Are you available this Friday?
Can we do it at 6 o'clock?
Your appointment for Friday at 6 has been confirmed.
All right, I'll see you on Friday.
Right.
Can we talk?
What about?
I'm not too clear on some things about my lease.
Is there a problem?
How many years is my lease for?
In 3 years, your lease will be up.
Can I move out before those 3 years?
If you do, I will keep your deductible.
Why would you keep it?
I would keep it because you would be breaking our contract.
I get it now.
I hope that I cleared things up for you.
I would like to talk to you if you have time.
What's going on?
I want to discuss some things about my lease.
What aren't you too sure about?
Can you tell me when my lease is up?
Your lease is for 3 years.
If I ever decide to leave before the 3 years, will there be a problem?
If you do, I will keep your deductible.
Why is that?
If you break the contract, then you will not receive your deductible.
Oh, I see.
All right. I'm glad I could clarify things for you.
This apartment is wonderful.
I'm glad that you like it.
How much would I have to pay for rent?
The rent is $10.50 each month.
That's way too much money.
It isn't too much.
How about if I pay $850?
I can't take that.
I can't go any higher than $850.
I honestly don't know what else to tell you.
You can't go any lower than that?
If you can't afford $10.50, then we have no deal. I think I may rent this apartment from you.
That's great to hear.
How much are you looking to rent it for?
For each month, you would have to pay $1,050.
That is too expensive.
I don't think that is too much for rent.
How does $8.50 a month sound to you?
That's not enough.
That's the best that I can do.
$850 a month is not enough money.
Would you please reconsider?
That's my final offer. Take it or leave it. I think I may rent this apartment from you.
That would be wonderful.
Can you tell me how much I would have to pay for rent?
The rent is $10.50 every month.
That's way too much.
What is good for you?
I can afford about $800 a month for rent.
That's not high enough.
How much more are you thinking?
I can let it go at $900 a month.
That's almost perfect.
I can live with that too.